Warning, the following video includes opinions. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, spoiler alert.
Pixar has made some great movies, but they also made Lightyear. Anyway, I'm ranking every Pixar movie. This is gonna get controversial.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build
Lightyear.
Money!
This is the most boring, unfunny, and greediest movie ever made. They didn't make it because they had a semi-decent story to tell. It only exists because Disney thought it would make money. Well, that didn't work out. There were parts of the movie where I literally said, was that supposed to be a joke? Chris Evans is just terrible as Buzz. Like, you wouldn't think it'd be that bad, but it is. They also absolutely butchered Zurg, but that's a rant for later. 1 out of 10. I went into this movie knowing this wasn't for me, but I watched it, and oh my gosh, I want to bash my head into a wall. This is the cringiest thing I have ever seen. Every word said is just like nails on chalkboard. 2 out of 10. This movie has the coolest concept. What if dinosaurs didn't die? So of course there are only 5 humans and they all act like dogs. Honestly, if all the dinosaurs were humans and all the humans were dogs, this movie wouldn't change one bit. It could have been a lame western if they did that, but at least they wouldn't have wasted that awesome concept. 2 out of 10.
I hate you. I've always hated you.
If there are 1,000 Cars 3 haters, I'm one of them. If there is one Cars 3 hater, that's me. If there are 0 Cars 3 haters, I'm dead. I am so sick and tired of everyone saying that this is the best Cars movie. It's by far the worst. The whole movie is about McQueen deciding when he's going to retire. But then at the end of the movie, when Lightning is racing, he just quits and lets the stupid yellow car race. Which, speaking of which, Cruz is so annoying to me. I do not like her. And there's a disgusting lack of Mater in this movie. 3 out of 10. This is Zootopia if it was a bad movie. I hate the stupid water guy. I find him so annoying. Also, if everyone alive is either fire, water, a cloud, and plants, how come this water isn't alive? Why aren't these clouds alive? Or these plants? Or this fire? Doesn't make sense. 3 out of 10. This is a drastic dip in quality compared to the first one. This takes place like 2 minutes after the first movie ended, so it doesn't make sense that Mr. Incredible is going through the exact same midlife crisis. Also, the villain is stupid. The only good thing about this movie is Jack Jack. He single-handedly carries the whole movie. Also, because of this movie, we have the short Auntie Edna, which is absolute cinema, and if this movie had to exist for this short to exist, then so be it. 5 out of 10. This is a movie that exists. The biggest compliment I can give this movie is that the animation is great. That's it. The whole movie is just this guy willing his way out of death, which, like, has no one else tried this? Like, why is everyone so chill with dying? And also, out of nowhere, just like 1,000 people just start showing up here. So, that probably means that there was just a massive 5 out of 10. Honestly, I really love this movie. Like, it's really good. But then they do the stupid liar reveal. Oh my gosh, man, that ruins the whole movie. Like, you guys love this plan, 3 seconds ago, but oh no! Now that these guys aren't warriors, I guess the plan stinks now. And what do you mean Flick is being selfish? He's trying to kill the stinking grasshopper tyrant. Isn't that what you all want? Isn't that what, like, you all want that? Why? Why? Just, like, 6 out of 10. Onward is basically VR Call of Duty. Oh, wait, wrong Onward. Onward, the movie, is decent. It doesn't do anything great, but it's still kinda good. 6 out of 10. I don't know what to say about this movie, but you know, it's good. I liked it. I enjoyed myself. It's just a solid movie. 7 out of 10. I can't tell you why I like it, because I don't know why, but I like it. This movie should not exist. It almost completely ruins Toy Story 3's ending, and they're making another Toy Story.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
They made Buzz a complete moron, and the villain... Is it the villain? I don't know what I'm supposed to feel with this person. So why is it up this high, you might be wondering? Well, it's because of the duck and the bunny. These two are honestly some of the funniest characters ever. 7 out of 10. This movie would have been one of Pixar's best if it made sense for the new emotions to be here. Also, something that I realized, these emotions are all a part of the original 5 emotions. For example, in the first Inside Out movie, fear is literally being anxious.
Almost finished with the potential disasters. Worst scenario is either quicksand, spontaneous combustion, or getting called on by the teacher.
Embarrassment is like a mix of disgust and sadness. Envy is a mix of disgust and joy. And boredom is nothing, I guess. That's boredom. Nothing. What I'm saying is, the new emotions didn't need to exist, and fear should have done everything anxiety did in this movie. 7 out of 10. This is a good movie, don't get me wrong. I feel like it's a bit overrated, though. Only one great part in this movie. That's why it's this low. Still crushes the goat. 7 out of 10. Yes. I like Finding Dory more than Finding Nemo. I'm sure I'm the first person to say that. Quality-wise, it's on the same level as Finding Nemo. I simply just think it's funnier. 7 out of 10. The first, the classic, the OG Toy Story. I don't think there's a single person alive that dislikes this movie. Watch now, there's gonna be like a ton of comments saying I don't like Toy Story. I mean, like, what can I say that hasn't already been said? It's just a great movie. 8 out of 10.
Wait a minute. I just lit a rocket. Rockets explode!
I do think this movie is a bit overrated. Now, don't get me wrong. I still love this movie. But, like, I don't think it's one of Pixar's best. I still think it's great, though. 8 out of 10. This is the second most underrated Pixar movie. It's not the most underrated because, well, you know. Why aren't more people talking about this movie? It's really good. It's just a nice little film. Also, this guy is peak character design. Though I feel like I've seen him before. 8 out of 10. This movie is also underrated. I mean, it's a great movie. All these characters are hilarious. The Terrys, Squishy, and Art. Speaking of Art, let me give you guys a little backstory here. When I was 4 years old, I had a nightmare that I remember vividly about Art. I walked out of my bedroom only to find my whole family dead on the couch, and Art was covered in blood. but that doesn't change how much I like the movie. 8 out of 10.
Just think of me as your big brother that's marrying your mother.
You what?
This is better than Toy Story 1 in every way. It's funnier, it's got a better story, the animation is better, it actually has a villain. I could go on. Also, why did they have to make the saddest song ever for this movie? I mean, try and find a sadder song. I dare you. Dare you all, but I know it's impossible. 8 out of 10. This is a great movie. Unlike the sequel, there isn't a glaring plot hole. None of these characters are annoying, is what I would say if it wasn't for the stupid elephant. I hate this guy. I cheered when this stupid cotton candy piece of garbage died. But still, the movie's good, 8 out of 10. This is a great movie. The ending almost made me cry when I first saw it when I was 9. Yeah, it's great, 8 out of 10. This is a beautiful movie. It's a great love story between Apple Vision 23 and a cardboard box on treads. I would totally understand someone having this is their favorite Pixar movie, but it's not mine. 8 out of 10. I love this movie, and yes, I know that if they were all humans, like, the movie wouldn't change, but it's not like there was a really cool and interesting concept with cars. Lightning McQueen goes through a great character arc, and Tow Mater is the GOAT. The best part of this movie. I love him so much. 8 out of 10. This was the biggest surprise to me when I rewatched these movies. I used to think that this was easily the worst Toy Story movie, but it's the best, and it's like not that close. It's the funniest, Spanish Buzz. It's got the best villain, Spanish Buzz. It's got the best ending by a mile. Man, wow, I was not expecting it to be this good. 8 out of 10. This is the funniest Pixar movie, and that's a fact. You can try to argue with me all you want, but you will never be able to change my mind. That's why it's up this high, because of how funny it is. And the story's great too, but it's because of the funny. 8 out of 10. This movie gets better the longer it goes. Like, it starts off like a nice little movie about a rat who just wants to cook, and then it has one of the best endings I've ever seen. Like, I was legit speechless. I never remember it being this good, dude. They cooked here. 9 out of 10.
You are lonely.
Yeah, well, you're dead.
It's funny that this is better than most MCU movies, when it's essentially a man having a midlife crisis. But it's so good. And it's, like, extremely dark for a kid's movie. I mean, 5 minutes in, a guy is bungee jumping without a bungee. I think that's the only way I can say that here. The fact that Syndrome has basically done superhero genocide, that's kind of insane that they did that. Oh, and speaking of which, Syndrome is like a fantastic villain. 9 out of 10. What an incredible movie. But it's not number 1. Cars 2, baby. This is the most underrated movie of all time. I have always loved this movie so much, and I was completely dumbfounded when I found out how hated it was. Look, people, the math is simple. Mater's the best part of Cars 1 and Cars 3. This movie has the most Mater, so of course it's great. Also, all the awesome spy car stuff. I mean, oh man, I love this movie. 9 out of 10. Well, anyways, that's the ranking. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have any ideas for what I should rank next, leave it in the comments below. Later.